50. Carolina territory, jumps going to town. 20, 50, 10, 5, touchdown! I think, yeah, jumping time, baby. The sack, fakes, runs to the near sideline, still looking, throws it into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, A.J. Green, back right corner of the end zone.
This one's from the heart.
Maybe 70% to 30%, 2/3, 1/3 in favor of the Dogs that made the trip up to Indianapolis to brave the cold. But they're going to see the heat tonight.
All right, the Dogs win the toss. They deferred to the second half. And that was quite a roar. And we're not even getting the ball to start the ball game. But we'll get it in the second half when hopefully things will be considerably different. It's time to tee this one up in the national championship here at Lucas Oil Stadium. The opening kickoff powered by Georgia Power. Whether you're heading on the way to the stadium or you're on the way to the stadium or heading home from a win, charge up with Georgia Power. Plug in at one of their convenient EV charging stations today. All right, we're ready to get this one underway. It's been a long morning, afternoon, and into the evening hours waiting for this one to get started, and we are just as excited as you are. High above the field here in the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth in Lucas Oil Stadium. Our first half tonight is presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck, there's only one call, that's all. 1-800-CALL-KEN. Dogs will kick off, and JoJo Earl is the deep receiver for Alabama, stands on the goal line.
Boy, in the Dog Nation that has made the trip up here, you could just, the excitement, you can just feel every bit of it is 41 years of frustration. Everybody in the Dog Nation is ready to see that be a thing of the past.
Jake Camarda kicks from right to left, teed up on the 35. He'll boom it high, in over in, kick going to come down shy of the goal line at the 1.5 where Earl makes the fair catch. And Alabama will take the ball at the 25-yard line on the fair catch touchback. And we'll see Georgia's vaunted defense to start this ball game. And
formation able to outflank the Georgia defense. Georgia did bring linebacker pressure again, just like in the first game, unable to penetrate that Bama offensive front.
Ball's on the Alabama 44, 1st and 10. Young with pressure. Davis has got him and wraps him up and drops him to the turf. And the ball is out. Georgia's got a man running down the far sideline. No whistle, I don't believe. Georgia has run it into the end zone. A touchdown. The ball came out. I didn't see it. But all of a sudden we had a guy, Nakobe Dean, that had the football running in front of the Alabama sideline. The officials say a touchdown. Now they're talking about it. We'll look at the replay. Bryce Young tried to step up in the pocket. Jordan Davis swallowed him whole, slung him to the turf, and the next thing you see is
for a touchdown.
Nakobe Dean running down the far sideline for a score.
And a great job by the Georgia secondary there in coverage, but that front couldn't get to him in the first game. That time we do. And they're going to go back, I'm sure, and take a look at this.
At the 19.
Good job by the Georgia offensive line, picking up the blitzing linebacker from Alabama. Washington just replaced the blitzing linebacker. Nice work by Stetson to locate him for the first down of the game for the Red and Black.
Zeus to Bennett's right, a little bit behind him as Stetson is in the shotgun. They'll fake the toss to Bennett and throw a deep ball down the field. He's got a man running open. That's Pickens. He leaves his feet and brings it in. Oh, my gosh, what a catch.
Boy, what a catch and what a throw as well. We faked a little toss to Brock Bowers, got everybody moving there, and then Pickens, a deep post. What I love about it, Stetson got that football out of his hand early, and Pickens enough juice in the tank to go get it.
Pickens on his fingertips, left his feet, and did a tumble after he caught it. 52 yards all the way down to the 29 of Alabama. 1st and 10 there for the Dogs. That's a Scana Energy first down the hard way.
Side, as he was at the top of his stem, fell down. Dogs again brought pressure, forcing Bryce Young to get rid of that football a little sooner than he wanted to.
So Alabama's drive finally runs out of steam at the 19-yard line with that incompletion. They'll go to Will Reichard to try to get the first points. 37-yard field goal, near hash kicking right. Snap, hold, kick is in the air, reaching towards the uprights, and good. And Alabama with a 37-yard field goal on the board first. They lead here in the national championship game 3-0. Our first half presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck, there's only one. And the linebacker made the final tackle. And Georgia will have to go for a field goal right in front of the uprights here with Jack Podlesny. And it'll be from a short distance, inside 25 yards for the field goal try here.
Just a quarterback draw there on that third down play. I think that was by design. Alabama did a good job of recognizing it. They kept the safety pretty close to the box. That's what created the hesitancy.
Here's the snap by Georgia, the hold by Camarda, and the kick by Jack Podlesny is up and good. And that is a 24-yard field goal to tie the ball game. We're 3 apiece. Georgia and Alabama from the edge, but he was, again, still able to get rid of the football, even though the pocket was collapsing.
Such a quick release there. That was great pressure by Georgia. Great coverage as well. And a nice stop after the big play.
Here's Reichard for a field goal of about 45.5 yards for Alabama. Kick to our left is away and good. Got it between the uprights. Alabama with the third field goal of the game. They're second, and they lead Georgia 6-3 with 11:12 to go in the second quarter. Timeout here in Indianapolis. At that spot, a huge defensive play. Channing Tindall, the linebacker from Columbia, South Carolina.
Sweet redemption there for Tindall. Blew the last coverage that time. Shot out of a cannon. Just closed on Bryce Young so fast. Bryce, even with his elusiveness, couldn't find a way to get away.
He lost 13 yards. Field goal try. 37-yard try, far hash, kicking it left. Ball reaching and just inside the right upright. Good for Will Reichard. And Alabama has its third field goal of the game.
Go to his check down.
Dogs will try a field goal here. That play gets the Dogs into Jack Podlesny's range. It'll be a long one, 49-yard try here from the near hash, kicking right. Snap, hold, kick is away. Let's watch it together. Good. Dogs get 3 more on the board. It's 9-6 now with 3:09 to go in quarter number 2 here in the national championship game.
The Crimson Tide today, and Dogs important here coming out of the locker room at halftime. Get a stop, keep control of field position, see if you can get a couple of quick points.
We bring 4. Young back on his 3 to launch this pass, and it's intercepted on the overthrow. Christopher Smith catches it on the pick at the Alabama 43 as he falls to the turf. Georgia will have the ball going the other way at the Alabama 43.
Boy, Bryce Young, for one of the few times today, had all kinds of time, just overshoots his receiver by about 5 yards. Christopher Smith there like a center fielder to haul it in.
Jaleel Billingsley, the tight end from Chicago, was the deep target there for Bryce Young, who just uncorked one from inside his 5 and heaved it up for grabs. And as Z pointed out, Christopher Smith, the center fielder there on the near sideline, was the guy that ran under it and intercepted the football. Dogs 1st and 10 at the Alabama 43-yard line.
Any better, and Bryce Young did it with pressure right in his face. I'm not sure who it was that got to him. Channing Tindall.
Tindall playing very well for Georgia tonight, leading tackler on the team thus far. They'll go reaching for another field goal, this time from 48 yards, near hash to the right. It's blocked. The field goal is blocked. The ball is bouncing and covered up by Georgia at the 20. The Dogs block the kick. They blocked the 48-yard try. It's Georgia's football going the other way.
Boy, the momentum plays right now, going for the Dogs. Interception, we get the block field goal. Now we've got to get something going on the offensive side.
Jalen Carter got that big left arm up in the air and blocked it while he was being blocked himself. Backfield with Bennett, who's in the shotgun. First and 10 at the 20 for the Dogs. Snap back to Bennett. Hand off to Cook. Angles right. Cuts back. Middle of the field, 25. Breaks free at the 30. 35, 40. 45, 50. Got to beat 2 or 3 guys. Can he do it down to the 20? 15, 14, 13. Dragged down from behind. James Cook all the way down into the Alabama red zone with a huge run and no flags.
Boy, huge block right there by Broderick Jones as well. Getting out in front of it. It was just a counter tray. We pulled 2 big offensive linemen. It was Schaefer and Jones are the guys that pulled and just sealed it wide open for James Cook.
77 yards on the Cook run, a big scan of energy first down. He broke the tackle of Kool-Aid, and Battle finally swiped him down, chasing him down to save a touchdown.
Absolutely critical right now.
We got the jumbo package on the field, folks. Jordan Davis, Darnell Washington, Jalen Carter, all in the ball game. Goal to go for the Dogs. Break the huddle quickly. I formation. Bennett going to hand it off to Zamir. He drives in behind those big, massive bodies. Touchdown, Georgia. The Dogs take the lead.
Boy, huge surge by all those big bodies. And I think Stetson Bennett bobbled that snap. Fortunate to get it and turn around and somehow got it to Zeus.
Well, that's going to light them up. We block a field goal on the other end and then take it down the other way and punch it in the end zone. First team to do that tonight. Dogs lead it 12-9. Here's the extra point try by Jack Podlesny. For a 4-point lead. We haven't had one of those tonight. The kick is up and good. Jack Pod's kick makes it 13-9 with 1:20 to go in the third quarter. A 1-yard touchdown run by Zamir White caps a 4-play, 80-yard drive, thanks in part to a 67-yard jaunt by James Cook to set up the scoring play. Took 1:58 on the clock to do it for the Dogs to take the lead. That's your Georgia Metals drive summary from a Doghouse on to try for his 5th field goal try of the game. He's made 3, had 1 blocked. This one from 21 yards near hash, kicking to the left. The kick is away, and it's right through the uprights. Good. So Alabama closes the gap. It's a 1-point game, 12:59 remaining in the national championship here in Indianapolis. Georgia
almost disrupted the initial handoff, like you said, Scott. And then there was penetration by a couple of other Alabama defenders, too. There's 0 that could be done.
Now it's 3rd and 8 for Georgia. 11:45 to go in the game. Georgia leads by 1, 13-12. Snap back to Bennett. Being chased out of the pocket, rolling to the near side. They'll sackle him as he throws, and the ball out of his hands is going to bounce at the 15-yard line and go out of bounds. Now, is that going to be another intentional grounding from this ACC crew?
Well, I tell you, if they call intentional grounding on that one and they didn't on Bryce
They're talking
Young's,
about it. Look at them.
They are.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense.
Wow.
First down, Alabama.
Holy smokes. Well, from up here, clearly his arm was in motion. We'll take a look at it and see if the ball slips out of his hands. I mean, it wasn't hit by the Alabama defender. It was not hit by Christian Harris, who made the tackle. We're looking at the replay. How was that a fumble?
His arm.
Looking at placement of the football. I don't think it's going to be a fumble for Alabama. Here's the announcement.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Alabama football at the 16-yard line.
Wow.
That is.
Wow. Oh, my gosh.
It's one of the worst calls I think I have ever seen.
Holy smokes.
Unbelievable. Sure. Safety blitz. Knew he wasn't going to get there. Able to stop and.
Yeah, Z jumped high in the air and got
Absolutely.
2 hands on it, Z. Good play by the safety. Alabama with a 3rd down, 7 of 15 on 3rd down in the ballgame. Snap back to Young. He's looking right. He's being chased. Rolls out of the pocket. Throws back across his body. Down on one knee. A yard deep in the end zone. The pass is caught for a touchdown. That's Latu, the tight end, and Alabama back in front with 10:14 to go in the quarter.
Boy, Dogs in on pressure. Elusiveness there by Bryce Young to get out, and Latu just wide open right in the middle of the field. And Alabama here will go for 2.
They lead at 18-13. They try to go up by 7 if they convert the 2-pointer. Alabama wants the ball on the near hash. We've got 4 receivers coming out to the short side, and that's the near side. 1 receiver to the right. They'll go with an empty set for the 2-point conversion and a 7-point lead. Snap to Young. Rolls to the right. Being chased by Nolan Smith. Still chasing. Young's just going to eat it, and will tackle him back at the 6. Young ran out of space and ran out of speed as Nolan Smith tracks him down to save the 2-point conversion. Score remains 18-13. Alabama, and that's an 8-yard loss, and now we're behind the sticks again.
Yeah, boy, Alabama brought corner fire as well on that. Just brought the house. Stetson never saw it.
4 sacks in the game for the Crimson Tide defense. Georgia has 1 tonight. So it's 2nd down and long for the Dogs. 2nd down and 18 from the Alabama 40. Bennett unloads, deep ball, flag down, going to the end zone. A.D. Mitchell fights. He makes the catch. Yeah, touchdown in the right corner, but check a flag back at the line of scrimmage. Far side of the field.
That may be offsides on Alabama. We'll have to see. It's either going to be a false start on the Dogs.
Offside, defense, number 50. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
I don't know if you could hear it. The Dogs are in front. The penalty was against Alabama. 40-yard touchdown strike. Bennett to A.D. Mitchell in the back right corner of the right end zone.
And a great block by James Cook. Alabama again brought pressure. Stetson Bennett, great job of just sliding his feet and clearing his passing lane. James Cook able to come underneath and delivered a fantastic blow to give Stetson Bennett time to throw that.
He finally got him on the ground just inside the 15 as Cook tried to pick up speed running to the right side of the field.
Yeah, had his ankle clipped just a little bit that slowed him down ever so slightly.
3rd and less than a yard. Dogs are going to line up in a hurry from the 15. Play fake to Cook. Throw it out to the left side. Bowers makes the catch at the 15. He's going to score, but a flag is down. Flag down back at the 20. Bowers scored on the play. Well, we got to check the flag again. Bowers on the left side caught it around the 16 and just had a path right down into the end zone for a score. The officials are talking about it. There's a flag at the 21.
Looks like it's going against Alabama, though, I think.
The referee is talking with Kirby Smart.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 9, defense. The result of the play is a touchdown. That 15-yard penalty will be carried over to the ensuing kickoff.
Dwayne Haight out of the ACC with the touchdown call for Georgia. 15 yards on the scoring strike from Bennett to Brock Bowers. Bowers' 4th catch of the night. That's his first time in the end zone. And it puts Georgia up by 7 with the extra point to come to make it 8.
Boy, and what a play call by Coach Monken. You know Alabama's selling out. We slip Bowers just out into the flat, little play action.
Extra point try. The snap to Camarda. He places it down, and Jack Podlesny boots it up through the uprights. Good. It's 26-18. Dogs are 3 minutes and 33 seconds away from Shangri-La. They lead by 8 points. Oh, can they hang on?
Well, there's just way too much time on this clock. But again, you've got a once-in-a-lifetime defense.
Sideline inside the 10. Brooks couldn't hang on. Would have been huge for Alabama. But the pass is incomplete.
Boy, once again, Kendrick just fantastic in coverage, hip to hip with Brooks on that. That ball can't be thrown any better. Goodness gracious.
Brooks stretching out his right hand, hit him in the forearm, but he couldn't bring it in with his hands. 3rd down and 10, Alabama. 69 seconds to play in the game. 26-18 Georgia. Man in motion to the near side, then they reverse it with Billingsley back to the right. Snap to Young. Drops back. Pressure from the edges. He throws near sideline. And it's intercepted. Intercepted. Keely Ringo at the 21. Off he goes. 40, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Near sideline. Breaks the tackle. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. 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 Georgia. 54 seconds to go. Keely Ringo with about a 75-yard return. No flags. 32-18. Let the celebration begin. 54 seconds to play.
And the Dog Nation has erupted. The coach's booth right next to us. Everybody is standing up.
What an exclamation point by a defense that's played outstanding all night long. Wow.
And what an answer for this defense as well. Got shredded in the SEC championship game to come back and put this kind of performance up and to end it like that. It is only fitting. One of the best defenses I've ever seen in my life hammers this one home.
Keely Ringo, the point after by Podlesny is good, and it's 33-18. Bulldogs on top with 54 seconds to go in the national championship. Ringo's second pick of the year, 79 yards officially on the pick six. In Alabama, a Ringo ate your baby.
Boy, and the blocking of the Georgia defense after that interception. Ringo takes off and just had a convoy of white jerseys out in front of him.
Yeah, looking at a replay, Dan Jackson with a block or some sort of a collision with the Jai Hall for Alabama to prevent a tackle from being made inside the 10-yard line. Wow. Play for the ages. Keely Ringo, 79 yards on the interception return and the pick six. The Dogs are 54 seconds away from it.
Boy, they're panning the cameras to a number of the coaches' wives. Tears are flowing.
Here's the kick by Camarda. Booms it into the end zone again. Alabama about to be dethroned. And Georgia about to be anointed. Got a player on the field on the kick into the end zone. Looks like Marcus Rosemy-Jack Saint grabbing at his right hamstring. Still on the turf. And Georgia's training staff will get out to tend to him at the 25-yard line.
Boy, in the Dog Nation, ready just to erupt right now. You can just feel it.
This might be the longest 54 seconds we ever have to experience. Get it to 0. 33-18. How appropriate is it that a defensive play is the final nail in the coffin for Alabama?
Yeah, and it's the way that the season started for the Dogs. A defensive play seals the victory
Great point, yeah.
against Clemson. And then we get to the biggest of all games.
Christopher Smith with that interception against Clemson. Dogs win it 10-3. And Jay, what did you tell me? 7th non-offensive touchdown. See, do you know what our record is? When we score non-offensive touchdowns.
Can't say it right now. This game is not over.
It's pretty darn good. 22-1 when we have non-offensive points. It's about to be 22-1. Or is it, you said 22 or 21? 21. Okay, it's about to be 22-1. All right, Alabama's going to snap it at the 25. They got 54 seconds to play, but Georgia's up 2 scores. They dump it out to Robinson on the left side, and we're going to hit the back at the 23 on this near sideline. Quay Walker, and then Jalen Carter was over there. And it's going to be a loss on the play. Alabama will call a time, 46 seconds to go.
That's the 6th tackle for loss for the Dogs today. That defensive front redeemed themselves after the loss in the SEC championship game.
Please reset the game clock to 48 seconds. 4-8.
Alabama stops the clock. Alabama fans headed back to the hotels and out into the frigid air here in Indianapolis. Georgia's not going anywhere for a long time. They just may take over this downtown area in a matter of moments. 33-18, Georgia. Keely Ringo, 79-yard interception return to seal it for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 12, Alabama on their own 23. Snap back to Young. Throws near sideline, leaping in the air and making the catch is Brooks, with Ringo defending, and he steps out of bounds standing up. We never got him on the turf. They'll spot it at the 43-yard line. Ringo pushed him out of bounds just barely, got a foot out, kept going, but they whistled it dead.
Dogs now straight prevent defense.
43 seconds remaining. It's a first down for Alabama up on the 43. Bama trying to work their way down with not much time and too far behind. They hit Brooks again. This time he backs his way into the sideline on the Georgia sideline around the Bulldogs 46-yard line. Out of bounds there. Clock stops with 39 seconds to go. 33-18 is our score. Georgia with a 15-point lead.
Well thrown football, just a fade stop from Bryce Young to Brooks over on the sideline. Dogs continuing to press. Out of the prevent defense now.
Alabama 1st and 10 on the Georgia 46. Moving to our left on the near hash. Snap back to Young. Drops back, looks. We crawl towards him. Then we plow through him. Wow, what a hit. He throws an incomplete pass down the hash. Trayvon Walker. He got everybody's money's worth on that lick.
Kirby Smart wants an intentional grounding. There wasn't a receiver in sight. He's right.
He just winged it right down the field.
Threw it from right in the pocket. The refs are actually talking about it right now. They may drop the flag. If they don't, there we go.
They dropped it. You're right. They dropped the flag after a discussion. Remember when penalties used to be called during the play?
Intentional grounding, offense.
I remember those days.
Loss of down at the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
We'll take
the
it.
penalty carries a loss of down. Alabama has elected to use a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff. Timeout.
Boy, that one hurts Alabama in a lot of ways.
Well, the Tide refusing to go down without a fight here with 34 seconds remaining and down 15 points in the national championship game. At the half, it was a battle of field goals and a lot of defense. Alabama had a 9-6 lead. And then in the third, the Dogs went ahead with the first touchdown of the game on a Zamir White 1-yard run to make it 13-9. Alabama closed it to a point with a 21-yard field goal to make it 13-12. Then took the lead in the fourth quarter. 3-yard touchdown pass to Latu, the tight end, after a ragged play that was called a fumble against Georgia and gave Alabama the ball deep in Georgia territory. But the last 3 scores have been Georgia. 40-yard touchdown pass, Bennett to Mitchell. 15-yard touchdown pass, Bennett to Bowers. 79-yard pick 6, Keely Ringo. Boy, the Dogs about to be legendary with their fourth quarter performance per their head coach at halftime.
No doubt about that.
All right, 34 seconds to go. It's 2nd and 24 now for Alabama. And we'll sack the Heisman winner back on the 35-yard line. Robert Beal came in from Young's right and rode him on his back right down into the grass. Or, as this case, the turf.
30-second time.
Alabama calls a time. Beal with the sack for the Dogs defense.
Dogs back into prevent. That's just a 3-man rush, and that's Beal just using every ounce of strength he has in his body on a bull rush and getting right through the offensive tackle for Alabama.
3rd and forever now for the Crimson Tide. 3rd down and 30 coming up. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification, Bulldog Sports Network. .28 seconds to go.
Alabama now out of timeouts. Can't stop the clock again.
They'll snap it from their own 36-yard line. 3rd down and 30. Snap back to Young. Drops back. Here comes pressure again. Throws ball caught at the 50. And that's Latu, the tight end. We're hanging on to his leg. And finally, Dan Jackson comes and plows through him as Nakobe Dean had one leg and wouldn't let go. And Jackson and one other player, it may have been Kendrick on the far side, delivered the blow to get the tight end to the ground. But he picks up yardage in Georgia territory to the 47. Now it's 4th and 12 at the Georgia 47. The final second ticks away. And how of an appropriate ending is that? We sack Young on the last play of the game. Dogs are winners. A national championship for a new generation of Bulldogs. How about that? Final score, 33-18. The slipper changes feet, and Georgia is crowned the national champion for the first time in 41 years. And Stetson Bennett will join a very exclusive group of Georgia quarterbacks with a national championship ring. Dogs are winners tonight, and let's listen to the enjoyment here in Indianapolis. The confetti is flying. The fireworks are going off here at Lucas Oil Stadium. Georgia fans haven't moved an inch out of their seats. Maybe 40,000 of them here in this building. I don't know how many it is, but it's a lot. And they're going to have a giant party in downtown Indianapolis tonight, I can tell you that. Dogs are national champions after the 2021 season here in January of 2022. Team is milling around middle of the field. Security trying to usher everybody towards the middle of the field, keep them out of the end zone. There's a brigade of yellow vested security people that are marching out to the 25-yard line to our right. And they're going to roll the stage out in that area, and that's where Georgia will receive its championship trophy. And then thank God this thing didn't go to overtime because I'm out of gas.
Well, I'll tell you what, you go back, the fumble by Stetson Bennett that allowed Alabama to really gain control and momentum in this football game, and the way the Dogs answered immediately. That is the test of a champion. You knew at some point adversity was going to set in. That's where it set in. All those memories of games past where we had leads, let the leads go, and just lost in heartbreakers. Boy, it felt like it was going to happen again, but the moxie of this football team and the fight and the character of this football team, we've seen it all year. They dig down, go find a way to hammer this home and just dominate in the fourth quarter.
Did they ever, as Georgia was trailing 18-13. As Alabama scored their first points of the fourth quarter. They scored the first two times in the final period to come from behind and take a 5-point lead. But then Georgia with the last three scores, 3 straight touchdowns by the Dogs. Mitchell with the touchdown pass from Bennett, then Bowers with the touchdown pass from Bennett, and then the big one, the difference maker, was the 79-yard interception return by Keely Ringo, the pick six. And the king is dead. Long live the king.
You know that quote, 600 years ago this year.
Is that right?
600 years ago this year, Charles VI of France died, and the proclamation went out for Charles VII of France. They said, Le roi c'est mort. Vive le roi.
I did not know that.
You did not know that.
That is wild, wacky stuff. All right,
600 years ago.
Let's go down to the field. DJ Shockley's on the field, Shock.
Fellas, I got DK down here, my man, who had the MVP of the Orange Bowl. You just won a national championship as a Dog. How's it feel, baby?
Feel great. I won one my freshman year, but I wasn't really contributing to it, so it feels better as a Dog, as being a starter and going out there and playing my part.
What was the difference for this defense today? Because you guys were after Bryce, y'all got after him. What was the difference in today's game?
I mean, just trusting in ourselves. You feel me? Like last game, I feel like we ain't trusting ourselves. We switched stuff up. So we came out here, got back to the regular, and we caged them in like we were supposed to.
DK, congratulations, brother.
Appreciate it.
Shock, thanks very much. Darion Kendrick talking with our DJ Shockley on the field. And they are setting up the stage to our right from the 25-yard line towards the end zone. And Georgia will be escorted up to the stage here momentarily. And we'll catch the comments of Kirby Smart and others who are allowed to talk on the stage. Do we need to take a time here, or are we going to hold it right here? All right, we'll just keep it right here and keep telling our audience what is happening here in Indianapolis, Indiana tonight. 33-18. That's the big story that happened here tonight. Dogs a winner. National champions once again. Our third national championship, at least among the officially recognized national titles. And now we don't have to hear that garbage about you haven't won one in 41 years.
Yeah, that's all gone right now.
Start the clock on every other school in America, baby.
Yeah, we're off the clock now. Georgia's got the trophy. He's going to get it here in a few minutes. The celebration is going on in the middle of the field still with players and administration, staff. You know, I don't know who all's out there. I think did the coaches run down there? You bet they did. Yeah, they vacated their booth to our right, and they are on the field. 14-1, the final record for Georgia. And well, that story about not being able to win twice, you know, against the same opponent when the rematch. That line of thinking will continue now because Georgia lost to Alabama in the championship game for the Southeastern Conference. Then they won for the national championship, and you'll certainly take that over the conference championship.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It is extremely difficult. Extremely difficult to beat good teams 2 times in a row. What Georgia had working against it, and we heard about it all week. Goodness, you just can't beat Alabama. You can't. Kirby Smart. And Nick Saban doesn't lose to his old assistants, right? It happened twice this year, but
yeah.
The 4 games where we were up and then lost in just heartbreakers where we had victories snatched from us.
Well, the Dogs delivered the death blow this time with that Keely Ringo 79-yard pick six.
I see the national championship shirts, and I can't read it all, but there is one big white word in the middle: victory.
All right,
victory indeed.
I'm told we're going to jump into a timeout quickly, and then we'll be right back. Dogs are national champions tonight in Indianapolis, 33-18. Your final score, Dogs on top of Alabama. Back in a moment, Bulldog Sports Network.
Dogs on top. Georgia is the 2022 CFP National Champion.
We want to be elite.
See how bright those lights were? We fight for the ones in our community. Nobody can take away from it. That was pretty awesome. All they won was Georgia championship. We came here to be legendary.
Forever legends.